It is interesting that Russia and China have the largest merchant marines in the world. Why? Because America is a long ways away. I want to read to you from this book, Spetsnaz, The Inside Story of Soviet Special Forces by Victor Suvorov. His real name is Vladimir Rezin. This book was written in the 1980s. He was a defector from the main intelligence directorate of the Russian General Staff. He is writing about the Gray Terror and how the Gray Terror is the beginning of World War III, the first set of operations that signals the beginning of the actual conflict in which China and Russia will destroy America. He doesn't say China, he says Russia, the Soviet Union at the time. These operations and others like them are known officially in the GRU as the preparatory period and unofficially as the Overture. The Overture is a series of large and small operations, the purpose of which is, before actual military operations begin, to weaken the enemy's morale, create an atmosphere of general suspicion, fear, and uncertainty, and divert the attention of the enemy's armies and police forces to a huge number of different targets, each of which may be the object of the next attack. The Overture is carried out by agents of the secret services of the satellite countries and by mercenaries recruited by intermediaries. The principal method employed at this stage is Gray Terror. That is a kind of terror which is not conducted in the name of the Soviet Union. The Soviet secret services do not at this stage leave their visiting cards or leave other people's visiting cards. The terror is carried out in the name of already existing extremist groups not connected in any way with the Soviet Union or in the name of fictitious organizations. It's pretty clear. Suvorov says that there are three stages to the pre-war terror, or to the war terror. Gray terror, which is what I just described, what he just described in the book, which then evolves after a period of time, so far 2.5 years, it may be another 2.5 years, then into pink terror. Pink terror is when actual Spetsnaz commandos from Russia, and most likely from China, use weapons of mass destruction against American cities with the idea that the American people will believe they are being attacked by Al-Qaeda, being attacked by Arab terrorists. This is the most dangerous phase because once the pink terror phase begins, there's no turning back. Now I will tell you what a Russian defector told me in November 1998, almost 3 years before 9/11. Colonel Stanislav Lunev, who is the highest-ranking defector from the main intelligence directorate of the Russian General Staff, we were talking about World War III strategy and how you can pull off World War III. And out of the blue, he says to me, he says, if you ever hear that an American city has been attacked by a nuclear bomb set off by Arab terrorists, he says, do not believe it. And I thought, why not? Why shouldn't I believe it? And he said, because it will be my people. It will be Spetsnaz. It will be Russia. And so, I tried to get him to explain this further. And he said, when this attack occurs, the missiles from Russia will come within days or weeks. That's the length of time of the pink terror. When that period ends, when open warfare begins, that's when the red terror begins, the final phase of World War III. Now, right now, we're in gray terror. All the connections to Al-Qaeda that I have described to you exist in open literature sources. They've been published in the Washington Times, in the Wall Street Journal, and they've been talked about by defectors like Ion Pacepa and Colonel Stanislav Lunev. But people in this country, they don't want to hear. We are too busy shopping and having fun in this country. Oh, it's all so unpleasant. World War III.